Imagine having a presence so magnetic that everyone notices. Even your friend's mom would say you've got that it factor. We're not talking about surface-level charm. We're talking about skills so rare, so powerful, they can redefine how people see you. It's not about looks, fancy talk, or playing games. It's about simple, profound shifts in the way you connect with people that make you unforgettable. In today's video, I'm giving you 5 practical, game-changing skills that will help you build connections that last. These aren't just quick hacks. They're life skills that make you a rare breed. The kind of man who doesn't need to try to impress because he naturally stands out. Stick with me, and by the end, you'll understand how to bring that confidence to any room, any conversation, and any connection. Let's start with timing and pausing. You've probably heard about the power of presence, but here's where it gets specific. One of the easiest ways to come across as more confident and compelling is by mastering your timing. I'm not talking about filling every silence with chatter. I'm talking about learning when to slow down, when to lean back, and when to let a moment breathe. Imagine you're talking to someone, maybe it's her or anyone who's important to you. Instead of immediately jumping in with your response, try this. Take a second, look them in the eye, and then respond thoughtfully. That pause shows you're listening, you're grounded, and you're not rushing through life. It may sound simple, but that small space between her words and yours gives your responses weight. When you're the guy who isn't afraid of a little silence, you come across as someone who's comfortable in his skin, someone who doesn't need to prove himself with words alone. Here's the thing about curiosity. Real curiosity makes you unforgettable. Forget the surface level stuff. Let's talk about asking questions that show you're paying attention to who she is, not just what she says. Most people go through conversations on autopilot, and when you're the person who shows a genuine interest, you'll stand out instantly. Now here's how to take it a step further. Instead of just reacting, think about asking questions that dig a little deeper. For instance, if she tells you about her favorite hobby, ask what inspired her to start or what she loves most about it. And don't fake it. If you're genuinely interested, it'll show. When you give someone space to share their passions or stories, you're building a connection that most people completely miss out on. And here's the bonus. It's not just about her feeling good. You'll actually start seeing people in a new way, which makes your connections richer and more meaningful. All right, let's talk about subtle appreciation. Most guys think they need to compliment constantly or pour it on thick to make someone feel valued. But what if I told you that subtle appreciation, small, specific compliments, are way more impactful? I'm talking about compliments that go beyond appearances or the usual "you're amazing" stuff. This type of appreciation shows you're paying attention to details. For example, maybe she's telling a story about her job or a goal she's working towards. Instead of a general "that's cool," try saying something like, "I can tell you're passionate about that and it's inspiring to see." It's sincere, it's meaningful, and it's specific. This type of compliment hits different because it goes beyond the surface. It shows you're present, you're aware, and you're the kind of person who sees the small things. This kind of awareness is rare, and when you show it, you're setting yourself apart in the best way possible. Next up is playfulness. Now, don't confuse this with acting like a class clown or trying too hard to be funny. Playfulness is about bringing lightness into interactions. It's the willingness to laugh at yourself, to be a bit goofy, and to create an atmosphere where the other person can relax. When you're playful, you make people feel safe, comfortable, and connected. Think of it this way. Everyone's dealing with stress, overthinking, or trying to keep up appearances. When you show up as the guy who can roll with things, make light of awkward moments, and just enjoy the present, you become a breath of fresh air. You're showing you don't take yourself too seriously, which, by the way, is rare in today's world. People feel drawn to that energy because it's freeing, and when you bring that lightness, you're making space for a more genuine connection. Let's say you're out somewhere and an awkward silence pops up. Instead of getting tense, make a joke about it. Or if you trip over something, laugh it off. The point is, confidence isn't about being serious all the time. It's about being comfortable enough to be playful when things don't go perfectly, which makes you memorable for all the right reasons. Finally, let's talk about emotional control. This is one of the biggest things that separates those who impress in the short term from those who leave a lasting mark. A lot of guys mistake emotional control for being cold or unfeeling, but that's not it at all. Emotional control is about staying calm, collected, and steady, especially when things get tense. Let's say you're in a conversation and something intense or unexpected happens. Instead of reacting impulsively, take a moment to breathe, ground yourself, and respond thoughtfully. That calm presence shows you're not easily shaken, that you're someone who doesn't get thrown off by every bump in the road. This is where concepts from Stoicism come into play. Inner calm, groundedness, and being at peace with what you can't control. You don't need to announce it. People will feel it, and and they'll remember it because it's so rare. Women and people in general are drawn to someone who radiates that calm, stable energy. You're showing that you're not out to impress, you're out to connect, and that sense of emotional maturity and stability is magnetic. So there it is, the 5 steps to becoming unforgettable. The kind of man who's not just impressive, but leaves a real mark. Remember, it's not about flash, it's about depth. It's about showing genuine curiosity, being intentional in your words and actions, embracing lightness with playfulness, showing subtle appreciation, and carrying a grounded presence that people will feel without you saying a word. Here's your challenge. Start applying just one of these today. Maybe it's practicing your timing, maybe it's asking more meaningful questions, or maybe it's just letting go and being more playful. Whatever you choose, take a moment to really engage with it, to see how it feels, and notice the impact it has on your interactions. You'll find that as you build these skills, you're not just improving relationships, you're becoming the kind of man people respect, remember, and admire. And hey, if this video helped, go ahead and like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which of these skills resonates most with you. Because trust me, these aren't just tricks, they're the tools that will make you stand out long term. Keep building, keep growing, and remember, real power comes from within. See you in the next one.